we come to a new poem. It is Laburnum Top. The Laburnum Top. Laburnum is a name of a flower. And you are very well aware about that flower. It is a common flower in Kerala, Laburnum. If I say the word in Malayalam, you may think, you may say, it is that. Oh, it is what is called Kanikonna. Understand? The laburnum flower is Kanikonna, yellow flower. So you see, Ted Hughes and British poets writes about our Kanikonna, our laburnum. It is a very, very beautiful poem. If you have the mind to enjoy, you can read this poem for more than 1 hour. Such a beautiful poem. Through this poem, the poet presents a moment. The poet presents a particular moment, an incident, an act, not a long history, not a long story, something that had happened on a particular moment. Very often, poems are like that. The poet sees something, and that sight itself gives him some imagination. From there, his mind travels. Suppose you were there outside, you were in the hostel. When you, suppose, imagine, when you were coming to the hostel, you could see a joyful, happy mummy at home. When you return from the hostel, all on a sudden, you look at your mama, and mama's face was a little gloomy. Only one sight. You looked at your mother, she was gloomy. You began to think, what happened? A poem comes out. Clear now? This is the theme of a poem. Here, poet Ted Hughes looks at your Kanikonna, looks at your laburnum tree. He sees the laburnum tree is standing there without any movement. Its leaves are not moving. No wind is there. No wind is there. He thought, what happened? Is it dead? Is it dead? No movement. He said, laburnum tree is the symbol of death. Symbol of death, because there is no life in it. Here he presents, the poet presents the tree as the symbol of death, and at the same time symbol of life. Clear now? This is an annexure. Annexure means appendix. An extended piece. Hotel annex. There is a main hotel is there, annex is there, extended part. Hotel annex. In this way here, the poet looks at the laburnum tree, and we will see this lesson is an annex to the lesson based on touch, because touch, the lesson teaches us. Samia, good morning. Okay. Some people want to have a nap after the lunch. So nap might become a long sleep, isn't it? Okay. So she heard about Kanikonna, that is why she got up. Okay. From where she had got, I say, what is the laburnum is Kanikonna? Let us see what is Kanikonna. So, okay. So, it is an annexure. That is a lesson based on death and life after death. Clear now? Death and life. A pyramid is a symbol of death and life. Clear now? Are you following? In the same way, the poet brings the laburnum tree as a pyramid, which becomes a symbol of, not a symbol, SYMBOL, symbol of death and life. Let us see how did he present it. The laburnum top is silent, quiet, still. The laburnum top, the top of the laburnum tree is silent, no movement. It is quite still. There is no movement. Mummy of touch has no movement. In biology, you might have studied movement is a sign of bio. Am I right? Movement is a sign of bio. Bio means life. Biologos, science of life. So, where there is no Alan, good afternoon, man. Oh, he has just landed from Dubai. When is your return ticket? At 2:30. His return ticket is at 2:30. Only for 10 minutes he has come from Dubai here. Arey man, you come before on time. Enter the platform on time. Okay. So, you see, when poem I teach, don't get me distracted. Otherwise, you will lose it. So, the poem is a place where we get a lot of connotations, knowledge. So, when it comes, if distraction comes, the laburnum comes, my laburnum will be stopped, isn't it? Okay. So, when the poet looks at the laburnum tree, the laburnum is still, stillness. The same word is used there in that last page. When the dead body kept inside the tomb, it was still. Do you remember? The same word is there, last page, third line. You check it. Previous page, third line. Yes, third line, first word. Still. You see? The winter air lay still. Before that, there was whirlpool, dust, wind. When the dead body mummy kept inside, everything was still, calm and quiet. Stillness is calmness. Calmness is death. Death. When there is a holocaust in your life, when there is a whirlpool in your life, when your mind is troubled with many troubles, waves will be there. After that, there comes a stillness, a death comes, death to the problems. Clear now? A death to the problems come there, the problems die, your mind becomes calm and cool. In this way, the poet looked at the laburnum. Not a single leaf moves. Stillness. You see, the laburnum top is silent, quite still. In the afternoon, yellow September sunlight, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. Three things. He saw, number one, the top of the laburnum tree is still, number one. Number two, he could see some of the leaves were yellow. Some of the leaves were yellow. Yellow means 99 years old. At any time, I see you. Isn't it? 99 years says the grandmother to her son, Mone, keep 1 lakh rupees. At any time you have to take me to ICU. Expectation of death. Clear now, Joel? Understand? So 99, here the leaves are yellow. Yellow means when a wind comes, I may fall down. Falling of leaf is a symbol, is a sign of death. Death. So he could see, number two, some leaves were yellow, ready to fall down. Number three, some of its seeds were already fallen down. Some of its seeds had already fallen down. That is already dead. Three things about death. Top of the laburnum, silence. Number two, the leaves are yellow. Number three, the seeds are fallen down. Like our teeth, Alan, like our teeth fallen down. So if the teeth is less, that means life is short. Isn't it? Julie, if the teeth are less, life is short. You are approaching the end time. Okay, here, these are the three signs. Through this first stanza, the author presents the laburnum tree is a symbol of death. Clear now? Clear? Tom Sebastian, are you clear? Tom? Are you not there? Tom Sebastian? At least I was watching whether breath is there or not. Your body is shaking. So I can understand that you are sitting there. Okay. So give some reply, man.
Somebody came to our house, so I was just checking with my parents who were.
Those who have come, let them sit there, man. Give them 40 minutes. Wait there. You are an important man in this world, so you can give appointments. If you want to meet me, give 40 minutes. Okay. Okay now. Okay. So the first stanza of the poem tells that the laburnum tree is a symbol of death. Now, let us come to the second stanza. Till the goldfinch comes. Goldfinch is a small bird. Goldfinch is a small bird. Till the goldfinch comes with a pitching chirrup, a very brief, silent chirruping sound. A small bird, from its mouth, sound will be coming very less, very low sound. With a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Ah, you see? Sometimes during the time of festival and festivals in churches and temples, when there is puja or some prayers are going on, church campus will be very silent, isn't it? People will be very silent. After the prayers, when the band team takes their band in their hand and they say, "Papa, papa," isn't it? Tadam, tadam, tadam. What happens? The whole atmosphere will be suddenly alert, isn't it? Some will be raising the hands like this, isn't it? Some will be doing like this. They may dance, somebody, isn't it? Some may dance, we may dance, isn't it? Together with the trumpet, isn't it? In certain areas we could see, they may take the 20 or 100 rupees note and do it like this, isn't it? A sudden action happens. There are some students also, they are dead. Mummy is fed up. Mummy every day says, "Mone padiki." No effect. No effect. The textbook is closed on the desk. As soon as the public examination timetable comes, what happens? All the books are opened. The whole night, day and night, light is on. Oh, Mummy says, what a study it is. Alertness. In the same way, a small bird, goldfinch, came, reached the laburnum tree, and it made a sound. It made a small sound. Reaches the leaf. What happened? A suddenness, a startlement came out. Hearing that sound from within comes, isn't it? Hearing a single sound from outside, from within the tree, there arose the sound of the trumpets, startlement. Somebody is inside. He is happy. People were inside. They were happy. You see, that is the meaning. Till the goldfinch comes, there was stillness. Till the goldfinch comes, the laburnum top was silent. First line of second stanza and the first line of first stanza. Clear now? Till the goldfinch comes, the laburnum top is silent. When the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, second sentence, when the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. There comes a movement. There comes a movement. What is movement? Bio. Life. Life. Life came. The tree became alive. That's the meaning. Then sleek as a lizard, simile, sleek as a lizard, very smooth, sleek means smoothly. Then sleek as a lizard, as the lizard moves on the wall smoothly, an alert, abrupt, she enters the thickness. What is thickness? Thickness of the leaves. Here means into the leaves. So the goldfinch came, stood outside the leaf, and it made a chirrup. Cuckoo. All on a sudden, there comes a lot of cuckoos from inside. Life came. The tree's branch began to shake. The leaves began to move. Life came inside. You see? Can you follow me? The life came inside. Seeing the life inside, what happened? The goldfinch entered the thickness. Entered the thickness. You just remember, suppose you are doing a job, and at home there is a little baby of 1.5 years or 2 years. And when you go in the morning, you give a nice kiss to the baby and says, bye bye, uncle, auntie, evening we will come. Okay, I will bring chocolate. And you went. When you open the gate in the evening, what will happen? The baby will come and stand in front of the door. In front of the door, seeing you, the baby gets life. Uncle, auntie. The baby becomes alive. Seeing the baby, you becomes alert. You run towards the baby and snatches. You are entering into the thickness of joy. Clear now? This is the thing. When there was life inside the tree, when the life was there inside the tree, it brought the goldfinch bird, mother bird, into the thickness. Samia, LABURNAM is here. Okay. So she enters the thickness. And a machine starts up. Seeing you, the baby became a machine. Switch on. Suppose you are there in a sawmill or you are in a flour mill. Night, the switch is off. Calm and quiet. In the morning he comes, he switched on. What happens? Sound. In the same way, within the leaves, there was sound. A machine starts up of chitterings. Chittering means chirruping. Both are same. Chittering means chirruping. So seeing the mother bird, the little ones began to chirrup. That is the machine. The machine started movement, so sound is there. Till the coming of the goldfinch, the machines were switched off. Little birdie were switched off. Seeing the mother, the little birdie in the nest on the branch became active. That is what is told. The machine starts up. The machine starts up for chitterings. and a tremor of wings and trillings. The whole tree trembles and thrills. There is a tremor of wings. You see, you may go to this chicken shop. When you reach there, the hen will be, the cock and hens will be there running here and there with feathers and all these things. After some time, the man removes all his feathers, and without the feathers, if the chicken is flapping, how it will be there, man? Shabri? Without the feathers, if it is flapping, how it will be there? The same thing. The little birdie which has no much feather. So it was fluttering, flapping its wings. And the poet says, with great joy and life, the little birdies were fluttering and flapping its wings. With the force of its movement, the whole tree is shaking. You see, his imagination. The little birdie may be 10 gram weight. And when it flutters, the whole tree shakes. That is a symbol of life. That means seeing the mother bird, there comes life in the tree. There comes life in the birdie. There comes life on the tree. So a tremor of wings, trillings, the whole tree trembles and thrills. The whole tree moves. It is the engine of the family. It is the engine of the family. The nest is the engine of the family. The children are the engine of the family. You are the engine of the family. You are the engine of the family. If you get sick, what happens? At home there will be no food. Papa has to eat yesterday's curry, isn't it? Because mommy will not get a mood to prepare. Suppose if you have fever and you are lying down on the bed, mommy says, Kochinu vayya, Kochinu vayya, Kochinu vayya. So the whole family becomes still. When you are all right, the whole family is alert. You are the engine of the family. You are the engine of the family. Now some are saying that, so tomorrow onwards I will become the engine of the family. That means if I lie down without movement, the whole family will be in disorder. So tomorrow I will ask a pingy. What is a pingy, Lord Sebastian? What is a pingy? Marin, what is a pingy?
2000.
2,000 rupees note. You ask her. 2,000 rupees note. That is pingy. Papa, I want a pingy. Mone, pingy is not with me. I can give you a green tree. 500 rupees. No, I want pingy. Your face becomes a pumpkin. You close the door, you are not taking food. Shabri, you are not taking food. Oh, sure. Kochi asked me a pinky. I could not give pinky. Kochi is sad. Kochi. Kochi is sad. What to do? Papa goes and gets an EMI loan and gives pinky. Till that time, the Kochi doesn't take food. The whole family is sad. You will make many pingies, Sabri. Don't make pingies there. Happy with violet. Happy with violet 100 rupees notes. Thompson Dohan. Be happy with violets. Not greens, not pinkies. Be joyful with the violets. You see here, the whole tree trembles and thrills. It is the engine of our family. Children are the engine of the family. Children are the life of the family. The little birdie is the life of its family. She stalks it full, then flits out to a branch end, showing her barred face identity mask. It's a barred face. It's a goldfinch face will be with different colors, bars. Strips will be there. Yellow and black lines will be there. It's the face. That is, you see, what the bird says, it is flying in the air, near in front of the birdie. And the birdie is so happy, giving food, and it comes out. Giving food, it comes out. It thrusts forward and backward. Forward and backward. It takes food, it gives food. After that, what happens? It flies out, flies out, flies out, flies out. You see, it entered into the thickness, gave food, thrust forward and backward. After that, it flits out, flies out to a branch end, showing her barred phrase identity mask. What do you mean by that? When it flies out, first its mouth will come out. Its face will come out. Its beak will come out. So from the thickness, its beak came out. That means it flew away. Clear now? The bird comes into the stillness of the tree. When it reaches there, there was life. In the first stanza, the tree was a symbol of death, stillness. When the bird comes, the tree became alive. It becomes a symbol of life. When the bird was inside, the engine began to start working. The little birdie began to chirp. There was a whole life inside the tree. After creating a life, what happens? The life giver bird, goldfinch, flies out. Then what happens? Then with eerie, delicate whistle, chirrup, whisperings, she launches away. With her chirrup, strange chirrup, she leaves, she goes out towards the infinite, towards the unlimited sky. You see, after making the family alive, enjoys, and the bird goes back to the infinite sky. And the laburnum subsides to emptiness. The laburnum returns, subsides, returns to its emptiness, hollowness, hollowness, HOLLOWNESS. It's hollowness. To its emptiness, it lost its sound, it lost its energy, it lost its life. Again, the tree became a symbol of death. Last line, again, the tree becomes a symbol of death. First stanza and the last line presents laburnum tree is a symbol of death. The middle stanza tells us how the laburnum tree becomes a symbol of life, how it became alive. Okay, the poem ends here. You can write the last line question. and the laburnum subsides to empty. The laburnum subsides to empty. Full stop. Explain how did the poet brings out the laburnum tree as symbol of death and life, a symbol of death and life. Write in 150 words, that means 3/4 of a page, making the heading and quote 1 page. Okay, so in honor of Tom Sebastian, I stopped the class 3 minutes before, and we are also coming. Okay, so okay, thank you, I end the class.